What's up, Gamecock fam? Wes Mitchell here, GamecockCentral.com, YouTube, with another highlight reaction to a South Carolina commit or target. Today, we're talking Malachi Bennett, high three-star wide receiver from Fairfield, Alabama. We were going to actually do Keon Coleman originally today, but I actually talked to Malachi Bennett this morning. Got a recruiting update with him. So with that new information coming along, I wanted to go ahead and give you a highlight review for Malachi Bennett. Malachi Bennett is a kid who I'm actually really high on after watching the film. I mean, obviously, I'm high on a lot of these guys that we talk about, but you know, another kid I think South Carolina's in on that they prioritized. And again, if you want to read the full interview, it is on GamecockCentral.com right now. Malachi working off of a top 8. He is like I said, a high 3-star receiver, Fairfield, Alabama. The number 57 wide receiver in the 2021 class, and the number 11 overall prospect in the state of Alabama. He's working off of a top 8 right now that included, let's see if I can get them all. I believe it was Louisville, Mississippi, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas A&M, Kentucky, Georgia, and UAB. This offer list needs to be updated. I'm going to get on that as soon as I post this video. So, all right, there's Malachi Bennett. You see him, but let's get to what we're here for. That is the film. And by the way, while you have a second here, please hit the subscribe button. We're going to continue to churn out that daily content here on our Gamecock Central YouTube page and want you to be able to see it all. So push us on over 3,000 subscribers. We're getting very, very close. And, hey, maybe I'll throw some free subscription time on the website to whoever our 3,000th subscriber is. Okay, let's get down to it. Malachi Bennett, let's go full screen. Lined up here on the outside. I believe we got a little dig route here off the bat and makes the catch in traffic, in stride. Always love wide receivers who can make the play on the ball and remain in stride and keep moving forward with their positive momentum. Here, I think you start to see what Malachi Bennett is all about as a player. I'm going to run this one back. You see the defender actually does a pretty good job of walling him off, sort of getting leverage off the snap, using the sideline to his advantage. But what you're going to see, Malachi Bennett's game is all about ball skills, ups, leaping ability, soft hands, and just having a natural ability to go up and get the football over his opponent. You're going to see time and time again this ability where there's a cornerback running stride for stride with him, a safety coming over top, and Malachi is going to just make the play. A little wildcat action with I guess a little throwback to him on the wheel route, and again, goes up and makes a play. And I think you're going to see, as we go on here, a touchdown scoring machine is Malachi Bennett. A little quick out. I love the quick out down at the goal line. Shows some toughness at the end of that play. Not really a whole lot to that play. That was a pretty easy touchdown for an athlete like Malachi. But you'll see, play some offense, play some special teams. I think get your playmaker the ball. I love the offensive staff here, man. They just from a quick look at the highlights already, they find ways to get their guy the football. And in the case of that play, getting the ball to Malachi on a kickoff return, on a reverse, and just letting him go make a play. Let's see. I think this is another deep ball. Yeah, just down the middle of the field, you see 4 defenders around him, but he's going to go up and make a play. And just like I said, that's his game. I believe we got a little corner route here, and okay, fire the cameraman, but a great catch, maybe even a one-handed grab there by Malachi. A little safety action here, showing the instincts again, showing the ball skills, picks it off, makes the play in stride, and then is going to take it to the house. I think you can really actually start to see the speed, and some toughness to finish off this run, and you see what his game is all about. They move him around. He's in the slot. He plays outside some as well, but I think at the next level, Malachi is definitely an outside receiver. Here you see him in the slot again, but you know, a 6'2" kid, 180 pounds, has the frame to put on more weight in a college program, which I think he will. To me, he'll be an outside receiver all the way. And actually, I think is some interesting notes here. One, you can tell he's a basketball player. Anytime I look at bigger receivers, when they have a successful basketball background for these guys, like a Sidney Rice, you know, for South Carolina, for example, those guys almost always turn out a wide receiver. And I think you can see that. Also, he's got bloodlines. His uncle is Earl Bennett. Many of you will remember him. Outstanding wide receiver at Vanderbilt, and a guy that I believe at one time had the SEC career receptions record, if I'm remembering correctly. Just caught a ton of balls for Vanderbilt. So the bloodlines, he's got the basketball background, and again, you're going to see most of these highlights are just a great adjustment to the ball there, by the way. I think, if you're looking at him as a wide receiver, you're going to want him as time goes on to sort of refine some of these routes, refine the route running at the next level. But just natural ability, adjust to the ball in the air, do a better job than the defender, use his size to his ability, and then go catch the football with his hands. He's off the charts in those areas. I think anytime there's a sort of, quote, big receiver, you'd like to see him in a camp setting. You like to see him against better defensive backs and see if they can separate against man coverage. You don't always get that necessarily just watching highlights, but from the early view of the highlights here, I think you can see why he's got all the SEC offers. You can see why schools have really, I think, started to prioritize him a little bit more here lately. It feels like he's become a major target for South Carolina and Joe Cox there, the receivers coach. And again, as this video finishes off, you're just going to see jump. And his quarterback knows it. You can tell his quarterback knows that even when there's a defender there, Malachi Bennett is never really truly covered. So I'll give you one more. I believe this is sort of a little out and up, out and go that he catches over the shoulder. And again, two defenders in the area, and Malachi Bennett goes and makes the play. So again, as always, this was provided by Huddle. All right, so there you have it. That's Malachi Bennett, high 3-star wide receiver, maybe a guy who can move up to 4 stars down the road. And I think you can really start to see why he has the SEC interest. And talking to him, don't think he's anywhere close to making a decision. He wants to take some visits, wants to see what some schools are all about, and then maybe decide. I don't know. He doesn't really have a decision timetable, but sounds like he wants to get into a senior year, take those trips, see what the schools are all about, and then make a decision. And I think, you've really seen his recruitment take off, I think, the last few months. And South Carolina is certainly one of those schools with Joe Cox there that has been prioritizing Malachi Bennett. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to hear about someone else, you want us to break down another recruit, drop it in the comments. We're going to do Keon Coleman, Louisiana wide receiver, soon. Probably do one for Colton Gauthier, the South Carolina quarterbacks commit. But obviously, there's no shortage of prospects out there. So we're going to keep these rolling, keep the content rolling. Please hit the subscribe button. And if you're enjoying our YouTube content, please obviously check us out. You see it right behind me, GamecockCentral.com. I'm Wes Mitchell. We'll see you next time.